we are from CE125 for Scientific Inquiry subject, and the title for our research project is Stress Among University Students in Malaysia. This is a short introduction about our research topic. Stress is a common issue among university students in Malaysia. It is a condition where an individual's mental and physical states are negatively affected by an environment one identifies as a threat to their well-being. We believe that this study is necessary as most of the past research conducted regarding stress and undergraduates are from foreign countries. However, there are also some studies conducted by other researchers on a specific year of undergraduates of the selected universities in Malaysia. In our case, it is open to all university students in Malaysia, regardless of their level of education, to participate in our study. From here, we can view things more broadly from university students' perspective about the topic. Here, we attach together 3 research questions and 3 research objectives that we would like to focus on in our study. We have come up with this hypothesis, and we would like to see if we are able to accept or reject this hypothesis based on our findings later. Here we have some studies conducted by other researchers about stress and students in Malaysia. More literature reviews that we have discovered are in our final report. The literature reviews from past studies are important to us as it helps us to build knowledge about this particular topic.
So for our research methodology, the design of our research begins with collecting the data. The data were derived from the findings of questionnaires from the literature review. Our questionnaires were divided into 3 sections: stress factors towards academic pressure, stress impact of academic performance and mental health, and lastly, stress coping strategies. We use simple random sampling from the population, the Malaysian university student at the age from 18 years old and above. Participants from Malaysia public and private universities were invited to participate in the survey. The online form was distributed in Telegram, WhatsApp, and also on other social media because it is the most effective and convenient way to advertise our surveys. Data of the respondents were obtained using a questionnaire on self-administered Google form. All the information we obtained using these 2 methods was processed and reported in the form of statistics through software such as Microsoft Excel in order to analyze the data accurately. The data collected were analyzed descriptively to determine the respondent's stress level and the source of stress. Correlation analysis was also done to determine the relationship between students' stress factors, stress impacts, and stress coping strategies. Data analysis was carried out using statistics charts, while the analysis of qualitative variables such as age group, gender, and level of education were presented in number and percentage.
I will present about the demographic of the respondents. The total number of respondents is 222 respondents, and the highest number of respondents is from age of 18 until 20 years old. The number of female respondents is higher compared to male, which is 82%, equivalent to 182 respondents. The highest number of respondents are from foundation, matriculation, or diploma level, which is 42.5%, or 94 respondents, and the least category of the respondent is from PhD level, which is only 0.9%. The first research objective is to investigate whether the academic pressure causes stress among university students in Malaysia or not. For the first question, what causes stress in your life as a university student? The strongest factor that we got is the academic pressure. About 77.5% of respondents answer that they have academic pressure, and the weakest factor that we got is the family issue. For the second question, do you suffer from stress and you have too much work to do? 135 female students answered that they are stressed compared to male. About 23 respondents answered that they are not stressed when they have too much work to do. For the third diagram, how often are you having trouble in understanding the content of the lecture? 188 students out of 222 students answered in the range of sometimes to very often, while only 4 students answered that they are okay in understanding with the content of the lecture. The total percentage of students that agree that academic pressure has caused stress among university students is 417.2% out of 700%, which is equivalent to 59.6%. So more than half of the students agree that academic pressure has caused stress among university students. So the hypothesis is accepted.
To study the second research question, which is to study the effect of stress on university students' mental health and academic performance, we came up with this data analysis. Firstly, we can see from this graph that there are 132 respondents out of 222 agree that they are not able to focus in class when they are under extreme stress. Next, from this graph, we can see that there are more than half of total respondents, which is 52.7%, agree that they are not able to achieve their grade goals in exam when they are under extreme stress. Next, to study the effect of stress on university students' mental health, from this graph, we can see that there is 96.8% of the total students have emotional effect due to the stress that they have faced. For the research objective 2, we can conclude that there is a total percentage of 151.8% out of 300%, which is more than half, agree that stress have affected their academic performance. And there is total percentage which is 225.1% out of 300%, which is more than half, who agree that stress affects their mental health, and conclude that our hypotheses are accepted. For the last research question, we want to study the stress coping strategies that are used by the respondents. There are three types of stress coping strategies, which is productive, non-productive, and other method of stress coping strategy. We have come up with a data analysis, and from this graph, you can see that the top two activities that the respondents do to cope with their stress are eating and crying. And these two activities are type of other method of stress coping strategies. Besides, from this graph, we can see that there is more than half of total respondents, which cover 81%, agree that activities such as singing, eating, and meeting with friends are the preferred method to reduce their stress. We can conclude for the research objective 3 that there is more than half of total of the respondents use other method of stress coping strategies to reduce their stress because the students love to do fun activities, and our hypotheses are accepted.
Hi, I'm Aisha and I will present the summary of our findings. As you can see, from research question 1, a total of 59.6% of respondents agreed with our hypothesis. Therefore, it can be said that our hypothesis is valid and accepted. The same concept applies to research question 2.1, 2.2 and research question 3. Next, for research contributions towards society, there are 3 contributions that has been identified, which are to increase awareness on mental health issues, to promote effective stress coping strategies, and to promote healthy lifestyle. As for contributions towards the government, there are also 3 that has been identified, which are to encourage development of student support services, to encourage financial aid from government to those in need, and to diversify the range of those eligible for scholarship. As for recommendations, there are 4 main recommendations that can be implemented. Firstly, to organize effective activities for students, to provide student advisor or to establish student affairs committee, to run programs preferably in the morning, or the use of social media and technology must be monitored. That's all from me and my group. Thank you.